Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today from Holman Bibles, also known as Lifeway, we have the Connecting Scriptures New Testament. Now what really makes this thing super cool is it shows you how the New Testament and the Old Testament are all connected, and it uses a color coding system and a referencing system and a commentary system. And it also comes in several different cover options that we're going to show you in just a minute. But we're going to start with this hardback. Now this is obviously only the New Testament, and check it out. It has Connecting Scripture, New Testament, laying sideways. So you can lay this thing on its side like God intended. But just really nice. So let's go ahead and take this cover off, this dust jacket, because you know I don't like those. And check it out. It looks exactly the same. So that's really, really nice. I actually appreciate me a good hardback. My favorite type of hardback is a cloth overboard. This is a paper overboard. When you see the liner, it's going to have that paper liner. It does look to be somewhat reinforced there with some book binding reinforcement tape. So that means that it is going to hold together a little better than if it was just paper. The hardback edition also comes with two really nice double-sided satin ribbons, a blue and a green. Now those two colors are going to come in clutch here in just a moment because I'm going to show you how this thing works. But when we get to the Bible itself, you can see that there are some words in green and then there are some words in blue. Okay, so here's how this works. When you see one in blue, this is a direct quotation from the Old Testament. When you see it in green, that means that it's been alluded to in the Old Testament. So it's not a direct quote, but the concept can be found in the Old Testament. So when we look at these two different colors, that leads us to the references. And when you see the references in green, that means that's the Old Testament allusion to that green letter text. And when you see them in blue, you can see that as an Old Testament quote. But when they have these references in black, that means it's an Old Testament parallel. So in other words, there's a parallel concept in the Old Testament. It's not necessarily quoted or alluded to, but these are things that can be rebuilt using the Old Testament. And then when you get to the commentary on the bottom, you can see that there's green and there's blue. So this gives you commentary showing how these verses connect to the Old Testament. It also does in the corner here. I love this. I wish more Bibles would be laid out like this, but they have the notes on the corner of the commentary. That keeps your columns nice and even. It keeps your reading experience uninterrupted. This is a single column layout in that Bible serif font that is exclusive to Holman, and it is a 9.25 font. So just really lovely. So as you go throughout this thing, you can see the green, you can see the blue. Now one thing that is a little bit difficult is sometimes it can be just a tad difficult to see the difference between the green and the blue. It's there. It is different. But it can be just at the glance. It can be a little difficult to tell those apart, but again, you actually can. It just takes a little bit of looking. Also, throughout this, you have really nice book introductions to each book of the New Testament, and then here and there you'll have some articles and charts spread throughout it. So this is a really, really nice resource. I am really pleasantly surprised with how much I like this. And on the back, when you get to the end, you've got some extra note paper. Then you have a list of contributors, and then you have an index in the back that shows you where all of those Old Testament scriptures are referenced. They're color-coded in the green and the blue. So when they're alluded to or when they are actually quoted in the Old Testament. So now they went ahead and sent every cover option, so I'm going to go ahead and let you see them. Now the inside is the same, but obviously this one's going to have that page gilding. It does also have two ribbons. This one also follows the blue and green ribbon theme for the blue and green letters in the Bible. So really nice. I'm not sure the GSM of the paper, but that's really beautifully laid out. I love the silver gilding here. It's got the little connecting the Old and New Testament symbol logo on the front. And then here's one in brown leather touch, really nice. And this one actually has the gold gilding. But y'all, they actually took it up a notch. And here's a two-piece box. And this bad boy is in genuine leather, really sharp. Now this one doesn't have the logo on the front, but as you can see, it says New Testament laying on its side, so you can lay this thing on the side on your shelf, but has gold gilding, same gut, same layout. This one actually has a black and a red ribbon, so they didn't follow the theme there. They also didn't on this one. That one is black and red. So I'm not exactly sure why they did that, other than the fact that it probably just looks better accented with these specific different colors. But this is a neat concept, and this is something that I'm really glad they released. And hey, another little exciting development on this is they are going to be doing one in the Old Testament. So you're going to have an Old Testament that connects to the New Testament. So really neat resource. It's going to be a 2-volume outfit. They've got them all the way down from hardback all the way up to genuine leather. Really nice, really neat concept. I think this is a great idea, and I think this is something everyone needs in their library. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.